Wow, he must be faster than Sonic. Our OC's the best.
I remember you. You ran from me before.
Oh, by the way, there were tie-in comics to this, which
Yes.
showed Infinite without his mask, which doesn't even happen in the game.
I know.
So if you want a bit of, backstory, check those out. They're not done by Archie. Archie no longer has the Sonic comic license. That's IDW now. They have like Ninja Turtles, occasionally Doctor Who. I think. I'm not sure if they still have that license. I think they do Transformers as well. But the point is that we have the power of the Phantom Ruby, and Infinite could kill us here. But he doesn't, for some reason.
Yeah, like you would have thought, really I should kill the one person who's managed to actually dodge my attacks outside. Well, obviously he didn't kill Silver, but that's because Silver managed to, psychic power his way through a battle. But this guy actually can properly dodge his Phantom Ruby attacks. Why wouldn't you kill him? I suppose it's because this game is a 7+. 7+! Sonic has been tortured for months.
Oh well. As long as they don't show it, that's fine.
Yeah, basically.
Have you found the intel?
Shadow, you need to speak up. I can't hear you.
Shadow, you need to speak with your old voice if possible, please.
Hey, you leave him alone. It's not his fault he was picked for the role.
It's not, I just don't think he's the right voice for Shadow. He's trying, I can't fault the guy for it, because, he's trying to do the sort of dark, anti-hero-ish sort of threatening voice that Shadow's meant to have. I just don't think he pulls it off as well as Griffith.
I would say that what is probably the biggest issue there is the voice direction, perhaps more than anything, because pretty much, well, all of the voice actors who have roles in this game are excellent voice actors.
How?
In them, wow, that's impressive. So all of the voice actors in the game are excellent voice actors, but sometimes the direction will make or break the way the game sounds. I mean, a prime example that I would suggest for that is if you look at the Kid Icarus Uprising voice actors, because you've got very different instances of voice direction in terms of when that game came out, because you had the game itself, and then you had, I think it was 3 animes that were made, and each one had different voice direction. And even though it's exactly the same voice actors for Pit and Palutena, they all came out sounding very different. And so it really does show that often a lot of the time, obviously there are some instances where, yeah, the voice actors just aren't up to the job, but I think a surprising amount of the time you can probably put the book with the voice directors who just haven't said, no, that line read wasn't okay, let's go for another take. And this is the joy of classic Sonic's physics,
Yes.
where you manage to get up a hill and it's apparently not enough. And it's just like, but why?
Why, Jesus?
Also, that perspective there when it goes into the background, it just doesn't look right. It's amazing.
Alright, gotta take this from...
Time to drown.
Yeah, gotta take this from the regular chemical plant, although much shorter and easier for some reason. Why is it so, spread out? I don't really understand that. That's a nitpick, though. It's not like something I will take umbrage with when it comes to the actual level design. Also, this is a bit weird.
Yeah, completely take the challenge out of this part entirely.
I did not realise that that was the case. Wow, that is ridiculous.
I don't know, and I think that might actually be, because if you fell down there, you would probably drown before you get back over to that section on the right.
Yeah, basically I think so, you're right.
And we are done here.
Chemical Plant on the whole is not a bad level, but
No.
it's the level that shows off Classic's flaws the most, I think, because it's the one that's most reliant on the sort of curves and things that Classic Sonic should, in theory, be able to launch himself off of and that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got a different gamer cap.
No.
But we need to... the original one was the gamer cap, this is the hardcore gamer cap.
Oh, I see. This is when we go full edgelord. Well, if you insist.
Well, if we're going full edgelord, then oh no, we can't have the gamer emo fringe with it. Damn it!
Yeah, you can't layer stuff, which is
Oh.
I genuinely like the Avatar system. It's not as deep as I'd like, and for what they're charging and for the amount of content in the game, I feel if they dumped Classic Sonic entirely, they could have fleshed that out, had more tag team stages, and just have more, like, modern stages in general, which is what everyone wants, really.
Yeah.
If you wanted to play 2D Sonic, you could play Sonic Mania, a really good Classic Sonic game. That's what's good about them making games for different types of Sonic fans. That I have no problem with. Make 2D Sonic games until the cows come home, as long as you do the 3D ones alongside them.
Yeah, so basically what Tom's getting at is that he wants them to give him more opportunities to dress up his persona rather than actual gameplay.
I want to be a pretty princess!
Well, see, for the same effect, you know, there's this site called Fur Affinity. You can go on there and there are people who draw whatever you like, Tom.
Just no, stop.
Are you sure you didn't create that site with the Phantom Ruby? It can't be real. My brain won't allow it.
Google it. It's fine.
Lots of prototypes, and then incorporated the final.
So yeah, I guess he shaped it as well because the others were kind of like a big chunk of rock. That one's much more refined. He kind of just puts it to his chest, as you'll see in episode Shadow. There's also another weird. I want to say it's a contradiction, but it might not be. It's just awkward grammar. You'll see what I mean once we get to the level. It's like level 29.
Alright. See, what I'm not getting is why hasn't Tails made a fake Phantom Ruby and harnessed that against him yet? That's the thing that Sonic characters can do, right?
Oh, that'd be cool, actually. Like, illusions versus illusions.
Yeah.
I was more talking about the SO2 story being shit, but okay.
Well, yeah, but the thing is that if you're going to go for a self-referential type of humour, that would be another way of doing it, of pulling out some of those classic modern tropes, like Tails making a fake Chaos Emerald, Tails making a fake Phantom Ruby, which would also make sense because, you know, the whole thing of Tails is meant to be actually quite smart. And he's the type of character. If any of the characters should be able to understand the Phantom Ruby and what it is and what it does and how to kind of get around it, it would be Tails.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't even have to rely on his intelligence, like, exactly. They broke into Eggman's private files. They have the schematics, I would imagine.
So just have Tails make one, and then that actually does introduce potentially very interesting levels, which is what the game did so strongly need.
Oh yeah, here we go. A little bit of the US Sonic CD soundtrack, the best soundtrack.
No, the Japanese one is better, but the thing that sticks out to me here is, like, I know what they're doing, but it's still bizarre to me as to why Metal Sonic is so big. Like, he's meant to be like a robotic take on Sonic, so it doesn't really make sense to blow him up like this.
I have no answer for you, sadly.
Well, you're fucking useless, aren't you?
Yeah, I am.
But I like how they dumped like all the red rings in that one first fucking bit, and good job there.
By the by, there is like a finite end to this. He will end up running away if you don't get the final kill on him quick enough.
Yeah, but thankfully he's so easy and very similar in his pattern to what you would expect. So just keep your eye on him and you'll be fine. In a way, the idea of like chasing Metal Sonic in a 3D thing, it's kind of reminiscent of the Rise of Lyric Metal Sonic boss.
A little bit, yeah.
Like, it's much faster paced because that boss really did go on too long in my opinion, but you know, like having all the extra things that he's doing to you, it spices it up a little bit, but just like the general principle of it, it's kind of a similar approach.
Yeah. Wow, this is really not that hard at all.
It's really piss easy, and like, you look at this and think, this could have been a fun fight, but it's just like, I mean, it's all of it is fun, but it's just like, do you have to be so simple and just so I just need to get close to you to be able to pull this off? Just like, could you not make it slightly more exciting? And then also you get to this bit where, yay, double boost, yay, fist bump. And basically, even if you fail this, Classic Sonic, Metal Sonic will just sort of wait until you hit him. And it's a bit like, right, okay.
I never even noticed that the wall of infinite blocks were following us, by the way. Keep that in mind, it will come in very handy later on. That's really hard to get an S rank on. Like, I was aware I wasn't using the avatar at all, but I don't know. I was just being slowed down a lot. Given the fact it throws, like, asteroid, like, capsules at you, I'm assuming you have to use that. Because, I mean, asteroid does work like a shotgun.
Yeah.
And it can, like, lock onto every target, so I imagine you have to do that.
I would have thought so, yeah. It does seem that that's probably the best way to tackle him, but obviously you're not going to know that until you go into the fight, therefore, surely that's a bit cruel, but whatever.
Fist bump.
Look at that bright orange hue on the lighting. That is a little bit overwhelming.
Wow, that was a lot of the world to take back for just taking down one Metal Sonic. Yay! Not gonna play it! Ooh, Guardian Rock. Well, first and foremost, I'm gonna go spice up my life a little bit. Alright, what we got here?
Well, clearly we should go for the dungarees, considering, they got mentioned.
Go straight to hell. Do not pass go.
Either the dungarees or the Amy dress, one of the two.
Really?
Go on.
That's no win. Oh, fine, I'll wear the fucking Amy dress.
Yes. The dress and the cowboy hat go so well together.
Beautiful.
Put the flippers on him. Go on.
I don't appreciate that only after I changed my dress did it say change your body parts, and then patronise me with an achievement.
Oh man, the fact you put on the girl's clothing and it said that, Jesus. It ain't just the dress that changed, fam.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we're just playing distraction in this level. After this, there's only 9 levels left, by the way.
Yay!
Energy transfer, and boom!
I'm just having a look at my Avamedia thing. We've only been recording for about 1 hour's 40 now.
Yeah, basically.
I'd say this is going a lot smoother than I was expecting. Like, I was expecting it to go relatively smoothly because obviously Sources is not a difficult game, even on hard mode, because this is not hard in the slightest, bar a couple of levels. But this is going like really, really smoothly and really quickly, and I am really appreciating that, to be fair.
Appreciating that, Rich? Are you okay? Are you drunk? Is Forces finally getting to you?
No, what's getting to me is that I would rather be playing Odyssey. Even though I've already beaten the damn thing, I would still rather be playing Odyssey right now, because Odyssey's so much fun, and I can't wait for the next recording session.
Well, why don't you suck it up and just play some Forces?
You're too easily distracted. That's not
Well,
the trait
it's
for
because
a
I've already
master.
beaten Forces as well,
You're our commander.
so yeah.
Well, Mr. Rich, you need to stop bringing down HFC like you do in every single HellfireComms commentary. Be more like Flame, he's never negative. Oh my god, he's so hype!
Them fucking teeth. Oh, I wish there was a thing that you could give him gold teeth. That'd be amazing for that outfit.
Yeah, and a clock as well. Just make Flavor Flav the bird.
Oh god, I'd love it if you'd do that and you get some fucking rap song going on or some shit.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, this was one of the other levels that they showed off quite early on. It was another one that sort of made me a little bit skeptical of it.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, a lot of side-scrolling bits with them hammer things that are stop and start. Yeah, I weren't too impressed by this one. And that kind of raises the question of, is this really how out of touch Sega are with what people want from Sonic? The fact that these are the parts that they decided to show off. Because, they've got this new game that, yeah, we've talked about it, it's not perfect, it has its problems, but we've also seen a lot of things that I think are quite exciting to look at, set pieces and things. And it makes you wonder, out of all this material they've got, if they're going to just pick and choose a few things to tease people with to excite them for the game, and they pick Green Hill Zone, that's not really gonna excite anyone, especially after we've had so many classic throwbacks in recent years.
Yeah, I get you there. And again, it's weird because these are later levels. Like, Green Hill Zone Classic is level 10 also. That's like a third of the way through the game.
Yeah.
But you think it was more like a starting level than anything.
Yeah, because level design wise as well, it's very simple. So, like, I just assumed that'd be like the tutorial level or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's time for the meme boss. Woo, giant enemy crab.
Oh.
Yay.
Okay.
You know, when I saw this, I didn't even think of it like a meme boss. I just thought, oh, this is the gun truck for the game, except, you know, it's not going to ram into us. And actually, to be fair, I'm okay with that, because it sort of means that it's actually sort of relatively fair in that sense, because the gun truck can be slightly buggy at times. In this one, at least you can work your way around, but on the whole, I'm not the biggest fan of this particular level, just because there's a few platforming bits that Tom just breezed through that I had an actual nightmare trying to beat, because I just kept flying off the bloody edge of the platforms.
Well, to be fair, apart from one jump, and you can probably guess which jump it was, actually, yeah, that level's not too bad. So fucking close. It's because I'm wearing a dress, isn't it?
We are properly dealing with the
Don't!
scoring gap, aren't we?
Oh, couldn't stop him. I couldn't stop him. Alright, let's see what that distraction did for the story. Probably not a lot, honestly. Ooh! That's,
Get a different hat for your trap avatar.
really?
That's what it is! You dude wearing a fucking dress!
Okay.
Goody, you got 25 red rings, aren't you so proud of yourself?
Flame's opinions do not reflect that of HFC, by the way. Or Ntom60 Straw, resident straw man, if you will.
Yeah.
How HellfireComms is being so offensive and making autist comments.
Hey, that's just me, to be fair.
Alright, so what we got next? A secret which we will be not playing, and a Mon stage. Oh, this one's pretty good. Okay, I did my part. I wore the dress. I'm taking it off now. Let's see. There you go.
Oh, come on, go for something different.
Um,
Why, rather than going with the partial Nomura fetish, why not go with the slightly different outfit? Just to, you know, continue the evolution of our character.
okay, let's see what we got here. Nah, not for me. Ooh, those are nice.
Are they fucking platform boots underneath?
They're basically goth boots. Those are hug boots,
God,
obviously.
not the fucking Uggs.
Ooh. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I feel like a soldier, finally.
Feel like a soldier with your fucking running shoes.
Alright, shut up, you. Aw, no. I feel even more naked than if I wasn't wearing clothes, and now I'm just Donald Duck. No thank you. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
I'll stick with that for now. I mean, we're not even playing Avatar now, but I gotta look my freshest.
Well, of course, because we could turn up in a cutscene at any moment.
Right now, even.
Using the nickname Rookie if the kid keeps this up.
That's the thing, like, they're always calling him Rookie. I like how they have this fucking team member and they don't even know his name.
Well, they call him Buddy at certain points in the game. That's my canon name for the OC. Alright, we get a chemical plant in the snow.